Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, which is about single mums and single grannies getting back some value for themselves. And one way I've done that is through my art, and another way I've done that is through my beautiful trips out into the countryside around where I live in Crowborough. This is, I like oil painting, and I love the creation, and I find it's very therapeutic. And my motto is, don't just sit around talking about it, get on and do. It's a great motto to have. So if you're sitting at home and you're a single mum or granny and you're in that frame of mind, oh, I can't do anything, and very negative, the only way you get over being negative is to get up and start moving and doing something. And you don't have to be a educated artist. You don't even have to be good at it. I mean, what is the definition of good art anyway? It's something that comes from within us and connecting us with people and with our surroundings, and it's our perception of something. So there is no good or bad art. There's all good art then. That's positive, isn't it? There's all good art, because too often we concentrate on the outcome, trying to produce something that we think looks good. And we might not think, we might do something and think, oh, I don't like that. And then you get other people going, wow, did you paint that? That's fantastic. I read it. So overcome this negativity. So today I want to share with you a little painting I've started. It's only on a very small A4 canvas, and I covered a board with some, this is from the works. You get paper for oil. It's already coated with gesso, which protects the paper from the oil rotting it. And this is an A4 size. And I went out one evening on a recce. Now, a recce in New Zealand terms is you get in your car and you go and see what you can find. Reconnaissance. So I live in Crowborough. It's beautiful scenery everywhere. And I took a video and some photos of the sunset. This is about a month ago. It was after 8 o'clock at night. I was sitting here thinking, well, what shall I do? So come on, Lisa, get up, get in your car. 10-minute drive, 5-minute drive, beautiful drive. There's lots of animals here as well, cattle, free roaming. It's in the park bit of the Ashdown Forest, so you've got, watch the roads there, there's sheep crossing the road. Reminds me of New Zealand, that's where I'm from. So look at this, can you see that? Now, I've come back, and last night I decided get on with it. So I'm sitting at my dining table last night. It's a mess of stuff all over my dining table. And I got one of my A4. Okay, now how did I start it? Well, first of all, if you see that dark colour underneath the sky, I covered the canvas in a wash. Some oil, some, what's it called? Odour, low odour. White spirit, low odour, windows open, very important for safety. And I covered the top with a reddy, pinky colour and a greeny, muddy, the sky. And then the bottom here, this is where the land's going to be. So that was my first job. And then, what did I do next? I look at the way, the direction the clouds are going in, and you don't know if you can see from this photo, but they're sort of coming into the middle, coming down. So I painted the movement, the direction of the clouds. You see? And what colours have I used? I've used black, cerulean, blue, which is this lovely colour, very handy. Mix it with black and it comes out nice colours, very strong, bright colour, but you can tone it down with black and white, so I'll lighten it up a bit. And so this is what I've been doing today, and I'm just using a bristle brush because I like the texture it gives to the paintings. It's not all flat. So I'm going to be working on that. And how do you know when you stop? When you look at it and you think, that's all right, now stop. I've learned a great lesson. Don't keep going when you've got it. That looks nice. I, in fact, like it like this. Because the sky, when you see it in this picture here, it's stronger, a bit more like this. You're losing a bit of the colour in this video. But so that's it. Oil. I've got white on the table with me. What make is that? Dahlia and Roni white, a big tube. Got off Amazon. I've got PBO black. I like PBO paints. I like oil paints. Why? Because they last longer. The colours last. You know, 5 years later they're still the same. You can also build up a bit of depth. They take a bit longer to dry, so it gives you a bit of time to sort of change them a bit. But you can always paint over if they're dry. Easy to paint over. You put them on with a palette knife or a brush. So the world's artists in the past, Caravaggio and all those people that I love, the Italian artists, they used oils. So why do I like painting? Well, it's a good question. I find it focuses my mind off negative things. It makes me a more interesting person, so I've got something to talk about, especially if you ladies want to meet a man, get yourself a hobby, and you'll be more interesting to talk to. Gives me something to go out with. I don't have to sit in this room and do it. I can go out in my little car and plan my breaks, taking lovely pictures of scenery, and if you're looking at beautiful creation, and wildlife and animals and big scenery. I love big skies and big seas because I was from New Zealand, so we have a lot of that in the South Island of New Zealand, and I just like it, and it makes me realise just how lucky we are to have this planet Earth. So it's good for me physically, it gets me out, I go for walks. It's good for me socially because I can talk to people about it and I get feedback from you lovely people on Facebook. I really appreciate your thumbs up and your comments. And, you know, I learned skills as well. It's good exercise in the brain. And the important thing is you go, well, Lisa, you look like you can paint and I can't paint. You've got to start. Stop procrastinating, sitting there thinking about things. Say, I'd like to give it a go. So go to the Works, that's a very good shop. Get yourself some brushes and paint, get a canvas and paint it one colour to start off with. I always do an undercolour. Never paint straight onto a white canvas because you've got a lot to cover, a lot of white to cover then. If you've covered it, you might want to cover it in a nice warm yellow colour or a pink colour or a wash. When I talk about a colour, mix some paint with some spirit, give it a coat, let it dry. Yes, a good point is if you're using white spirits to wash your brushes, make sure they're dry and clean of any spirit residue because that'll make your paint go wishy-washy when you're painting, you know. It'll turn out like a mud pile. So, and learn to, painting also is a bit of discipline. You know, you want to rush in there and finish something, but you think, no, I've got to take my time over this, let those paints dry to get that good effect. And you think then, the more you do it, you start picking up, oh, how do I mix colours? Well, you know, how do I make green out of these? I've got 3 colours in front of me, the primaries. You know, you learn about the science of colour. So you've got a blue and a yellow and red and a bit of white and black, and you can mix a whole palette. Learn to red and blue make purples, and yellow and blue, you make your greens, and the more yellow you put in, you get lighter, so you learn. You're going to increase your knowledge. And so it's good emotionally, socially, and it puts you in contact your thoughts, your imagination. Too many things nowadays were given to us on the TV, aren't we? Books and books. You know, I used to read a lot of books when I was a kid, and there wasn't so much TV. So you use your imagination, and you're using your hand-eye coordination with your pencils and your brushes. You're building your imagination so you can use your body physically instead of sitting there like a couch potato watching things. You know, we're given on these. I love mobile phones, I love technology, but it's easy to create something on an app, isn't it? But it's a different story. Getting your paper, getting your pens, getting your brushes out and doing it. And you can teach yourself, you can improve your ability at painting, and it gives you confidence. Not in a way, where you're bragging, but it really does heal doing art. And I think anybody who's sitting there thinking about it now, go out to the works, get yourself some canvas boards, something cheap to start off with, and give your board a coat. If it's already gesso, give it a coat of an undercolour, like Vincent van Gogh. I think he used to use like a yellow underneath, paint the board yellow, and that gives a bit of warmth, that tone underneath the oils. It comes through and it gives your painting that little bit of warmth. Or cool colours underneath. You might want to paint a nice cool colour, like a light blue underneath. But anyway, that's enough of me rabbiting on. I put this up on my news feed, storyboard is it, on Facebook. And I'm going to be doing some paintings. I'm going to upload some when I get around to it, and sell some paintings. And I'd like to use some of the profit, not all of it, because I need to make some money for myself. But I'd like to donate so much to charity. I work for a charity, so I'd like the funds to go to that, and any extra funds that I go, for buying my brushes and that, and also for my work as an artist. So yeah, I'd like to be rich, folks. No. Excuse me. Okay, folks, have a good day. Love you lots. And if you see this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. You can give it a thumbs down as well, as be a bit of a laugh. And subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much, everyone who does that. God bless.